As far as I'm concerned, there is no better place to start off your spring hunting than in Florida. You get to go alligator hunting and turkey hunting, and it really makes for an enjoyable start to the season. Plus, you can't beat the sunshine. Now, a little later in the morning, we had a couple of hens come through. We had a lot of action.
Well, you saw Tom with those hens cross. So take no decoys, we'll crawl after them. See if we can break them away. We can't call them off those.
Well, when I saw them crossing here, I could see the one longbeard. And when they got right down there, I'm like, there's no way he's coming in.
No, he didn't need to.
Yeah. So you're thinking we can just maybe see him and then try to get where we can get the decoy out to him?
We'll find out. Only one way to find out.
We were once again hunting in Vero Beach. Now, this is a great turkey hunting destination, and there are a lot of gobblers in the area. In fact, this is where we started our hunt last year, had excellent luck, even had a miss and a beautiful turkey down. But we always have a lot of fun, we put in a lot of time, and usually our hard work pays off. Got the gun in one hand, the camera in the other. He's down there with the fan, and these turkeys, well, they got in extremely close. They were probably 5 yards from us. This was probably the most turkeys we had seen, but the problem is there weren't any big longbeards. Then when we realized, okay, we're not going to mess with him, well, Keith decided to try to crawl up closer to him and see just how close he could get. He got in pretty close, and it really was a cool deal. Now, what our plan was is to kind of keep creeping along, looking down these paths as we got to intersections. Last year, that's exactly what we were doing on our way back in, and we happened to see some gobblers, threw the fan up, dropped a decoy in, hit the ditch, and we were able to call these turkeys right to us and got a beautiful gobble. Now this year, it wasn't looking like that was going to be the case. The turkeys weren't responding quite as well, and the weather just wasn't cooperating. Now that was sweet. I thought for sure you were going to go ahead and grab that one.
Well, they were longbeards. That could have been real fun.
That would have been awesome. Well, we got stuck. I was filming. I had the GoPro over your shoulder. If they'd have come in, I mean, all you'd had to do is just move over to the side a little bit, and it would have been awesome.
We can't get done that quick. It wouldn't be fun then.
Well, that was fun. So that was good practice run.
Let's go find their older brothers.
Sounds like a plan. As we were walking around, Keith had spotted a really nice gobbler coming our way. He dropped down in the middle of the road with a fan. We snuck back into the weeds, but unfortunately that bird would never commit in coming close enough. Now, he said he could have easily shot it, but unfortunately where I was sitting, I never even got to see it. So that's the way it goes sometimes, but we decided, you know what, it's starting to work by walking around. And truthfully, it is unbelievable that you can get that close to all those turkeys with just a fan. We had a blast, and we even got those jakes gobbling a little bit. Unfortunately, it didn't bring any big toms in, but we were all smiles, had a great morning, and it was a lot of fun.
This segment was brought to you by U.S. Sportsman's Alliance. Our heritage, our fight, protecting hunting from coast to coast.
Did you know that Montana adopted hunter harassment laws in 1986, becoming one of the first states in the country for protecting sportsmen from anti-hunters out in the field? All the states in the U.S. have the hunter harassment laws, but the majority are using the language developed by the USSA. Just another fun fact showing how sportsmen and women are making a difference.
Melissa is kicking off her hunting season as she did last year, down in Florida with Wild Florida Outfitters. Only this year, the turkeys aren't responding the same, and the weather is not cooperating.
Now, the Osceola turkeys, they're a little bit different than what I'm used to on some of the eastern. They don't gobble as much, plus we were in for some tough weather. It was looking like we were gonna have an entire week worth of rain. I was expecting some nice sunshine, but now it looked like all we were gonna have is rain and cold weather. After a couple days of dreary weather and a ton of Jake encounters, we decided on our way out we were going to go and head to a nice field that's kind of like a food plot where Keith said a lot of these turkeys like to frequent. And our plan was to get in nice and early so we were set up and hopefully we'd have one of these come through before they headed to the roost. We had been there for a couple hours and actually had scooted back into the shade, and it was a nice, beautiful sunny day. In fact, one of the first sunny days we had seen in quite a while. Well, as we were sitting there, we spotted a hen off to the right, and she started coming in, and the next thing I know, we've got two big toms coming in right toward our decoy. As these longbeards were coming in, all I could see is their huge beards dragging. And in fact, I could see those big old hooks sticking out of the back of their feet. Amazing. Well, I wanted to let them get as close as I could, right into the decoys, and I was trying to control my breath. And next thing I know, they weren't interested in the decoys, but they had kind of turned around and they were heading up. And I don't know if I rushed my shot. It was probably only at 15 yards. I was trying to decide which one to shoot at. I squeezed the trigger and they ran. I took one more shot as they were running away, nothing. Hit the ground in front of them. And honestly, it had nothing to do with anything except for me getting a little too nervous, got a little excited, and just rushed my shot. So we had the giant longbeards come in, and the longbeards left. But we ended that night with no turkeys, and we only had one day left to hunt. This is my last chance. And there was a gobbler out in the middle of the field. Now it looked like he had two hens, but he was fanned out, beautiful. And I can see that hen coming my way. My heart was racing because I knew that gobbler was following right behind her. And when that hen got to maybe 20, 30 yards, she started acting like she wasn't gonna like the area. Well, I wasn't gonna risk it. I was locked in and ready to go. I took a good aim. Oh, that was awesome.
He's flopping right there. Game over.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at the hooks on that. You know what? He has got a little triple beard here.
He sure does. Well, yes, you did miss on purpose yesterday.
That is awesome. A Florida triple bearded turkey. Wow, beautiful.
That's a pretty bird.
He came in from so far. I bet you started calling that, I bet it's 200 yards out.
Easy.
Look at this. Just a gorgeous fan.
He's got them all.
Beautiful bird. Boy, this couldn't have worked out any better. Hey, I know you were starting to doubt me yesterday.
It could have worked out better.
Could have worked out better. We could have had a bird yesterday, but everything works out for a reason. Now we've got this beautiful bird. Had fun yesterday, a little disappointing. Yeah. But we're out here with Wild Florida Outfitters, hunting in Florida for turkeys. We finally got my turkey. Today was gonna be our last day. Now we're going out gator hunting, and that's one of my favorite hunts of the whole year.
Up next, it's Gator time. This segment was brought to you by Boss Buck. For the most user-friendly and dependable feeder on the market, choose Boss Buck feeders. Now you're getting serious. Winchester Deadly Passion is presented by Cuddy Back Digital, Hard-Hitting Easton Arrows, Hunter's Safety System, Winchester Repeating Arms, Swarovski Optic, Scent Killer Gold with Hunt Dry Technology. Apply it, dry it, and go hunt. Rage Broadheads, leading the evolution in lethal technology. U.S. Sportsman's Alliance, protecting hunting from coast to coast. And Golden Triangle Whitetail, your hunt of a lifetime awaits.
We're just getting ready to head out gator hunting, and here's a little known secret. Now, of course, I always mention gators are some of my favorite to go after, but one of the reasons why, well, it's about 10 o'clock and we're getting started. I love it. We were turkey hunting last week, up bright and early every morning. Now, we got beautiful sunshine, we get to sleep in a little bit, and we get to go after gators. We're in a target-rich environment, and right now, there's no other hunting seasons open in Minnesota where I'm from, or not much around the country, so this is a perfect opportunity to go out, get some shooting in, hopefully get some excellent alligator meat. We already got a turkey down, so now the fun begins. Well, we just arrived to our gator hunting destination. Now, shot my gun, everything's on. What we're gonna be doing on this trip, we're gonna be going along on the shores looking for gators up on the beach. A lot of these gators should be out sunning themselves. We've got kind of a mixture of cloudy weather, maybe even a little rain coming. But if the sun holds out, I'm assuming these gators will be out as well. Now, one of the things, a lot of them are out on these far islands. You can't get close to them. We're talking 300, 400, 500 yards. So we're just gonna go around, see what we can find. We know there are some absolute monsters out there, so we're gonna give it a try, and hopefully we can have some good shooting and get some big alligators.
You have the best shot at.
380 there.
Yep.
We've got a perfectly almost broadside shot here.
Yeah, I mean, you got a pretty good look at it from here.
Just a little bit too high, and that's the thing with gators. You always want to err on the side of high, but apparently I'm taking that a little bit too far. Well, we're out here gator hunting, and I've got everything dialed in for 100 and 200 yards, but for 300, I've got right around about an 8-inch drop with my 300 Win Mag. So instead of trying to guess and figure out how high 8 inches is, I'm gonna take my turret, get it set in exactly for 300, and just set up a target on the opposite side. We're gonna get it dialed in precisely for 300s. The problem is there's such a small margin of error. You want to hit just the top of that skull, so you always want to err on the side of a little high if you're not quite sure. And unfortunately, I just shot right over the top of a really nice sized gator. So we're going to get this dialed in. Hopefully the next gator, we can put the crosshairs right on him and get him down. Told you I wasn't getting a little frustrated, well, that would be a huge lie. Right now, I don't know what's going on. I've had a couple of misses, a couple of close shots that should be good, and just not a chance. We just called this monster alligator in with the call right in nice and close, and for whatever reason I missed. It looks like I missed by about 2 feet, but actually it's probably just a couple of inches. Unfortunately, there's just, I don't know. I have alligator fever. It's not working out for me right now. Well, we spotted a couple really nice gators that looked like, I don't know how many there were out on the islands. They're just too far of shots. We're looking at 400 or 500 yards. It's just too far on these gators. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna hop in this boat, kind of go out around those islands and just shut the motor off and see how close we can get up to them. It's a little more difficult to shoot in a boat, but if we can get inside nice and close, I don't think these alligators are gonna be used to looking in the water for any type of danger. So we're gonna give this a try. Another method to go out and get them a try, and hopefully it works. Now for gear on this trip, well, I decided to bring along my Winchester Model 7300 Windmate. This is probably the gun I use the most throughout the season and I'm the most comfortable with. Plus, it's a great caliber for alligators. Now on top, you'll see I've got a Swarovski Z6 illuminated scope. Now I love having that illuminated reticle because it really draws your eye right to the center and helps do some long-range shooting. Now I have a custom turret on top too. That way I can dial it in for exactly what I need.
Find out if Melissa's boat tactic works when Winchester's Deadly Passion returns. Winchester Deadly Passion is presented by Winchester, the American legend. Matthews, catch us if you can. Field and Stream, where traditions begin. ScoutLookWeather.com. Download the free Deer Log app for your smartphone. Moose Utility Division. Demand the brand. Bog Pod. Versatility defined. M&P by Smith & Wesson. And Boss Buck for the most user-friendly and dependable feeder on the market. Now you're getting serious. Closed captioning is brought to you by the 4-in-1 Woodsman from Zippo Outdoor.
We can see a gator laying right up on the island in front of us. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this boat, we're gonna try to just sneak around, we're gonna shut it off and just drift around that island. And hopefully we can see his head on the opposite side. I can't tell if there's 1 or 2 gators there, but that tail looks huge. And this gator didn't even make it into the water. The other bigger gator rushed into the water. He was up and I could see his head up on the surface. Now it's tough to shoot on a boat. Even though we're not moving, you still have that many people in the boat, everything's swaying, it's difficult.
Low.
Missed, way low, right in front of me. So, held my composure, squeezed another shot,
Oh, she drilled it.
and this time, perfect shot. Right in the brain. Tell you what, it is not easy trying to get the rock of the boat in on.
Oh, I imagine.
Thanks, man.
They're both over 12 foot, I guarantee you that.
Thanks, Scott.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think this thing's gonna be borderline at 13.
My back's pain right now is about 18.
Thanks for being patient. We got it done.
Just like turkey hunt.
It's been a long week for me.
For me too.
That is awesome. As we pulled him up, he was huge. It took the power of all of us to get him on board. Woo! Then we went over, got the second gator. And we had 2 absolute giants, 2 12-foot plus alligators in the boat on one setup. Just a great deal. Everything worked out, and we had probably a couple 100 pounds of meat in the boat. I mean, if you look at the size of these feet, I mean, that is incredible. Good deal. Let's load them up. That's awesome. So we decided to get back, got some photos, had a blast, and take them back in to get them processed so that way, this season, I can have another freezer full of gator meat.
Follow Melissa on Twitter at Melissa Bachman and on Facebook at facebook.com/Winchester Deadly Passion for behind-the-scenes footage, photos, giveaways, and much more.